Welcome, witches. I'm so grateful you decided to pop by today. Park your brooms by the door because now the witch is in. Blessed be my witches. I'm Amelia Noir, and I'm here to share with you my knowledge and experience on all things witchy, like spell casting, potion making, and kitchen witchery, to name a few. So if that sounds like your cup of witch's brew, I'd highly suggest that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss any witchy content we have coming to you. Ooh. So today we're going to make a crown of success oil. Now, I know we've been living in some rough times the last couple of years, and some people are trying to rebuild their business, their life, everything. Now, your life is a success. So crown of success is if you're trying to rebuild after like a divorce or a separation or a loss, even like a death in the family. You have a lot of work to do to rebuild your life after that. So this is for that. It's not just for business, but that's what it's mainly used for, is to give a little oomph to your business and try and make it more successful than it is. So there's a lot of ingredients in this, so we're going to go through everything first. Okay? So first we're going to use some sunflower oil. That's the carrier oil, and I'm just going to put it in here so I can get it off the table because it is kind of big. So I'm just going to fill it halfway to start off with. Okay. There we go. Now, I don't usually put crystals in my oils. However, I do put crystals in a crown of success. And I have the teeniest, tiniest little piece of pyrite. I don't even think you can see it there. And a little sliver of clear quartz. So I'm just putting that in there. These were already charged. They've been charging for a week or so on my windowsill. So I'm putting them in there so I don't lose the darn things because they're not very big. You got to have it big enough or small enough so you can fit it through the hole in the top. Then for the oils, I have cedarwood oil. I have orange oil. I have dragon's blood oil. Now you can use regular, like dragon blood resin. I just don't have any right now. I'm waiting for mine to come in. So I'm going to use oil instead because I do tend to like to use my resins, if you know me. And then we have some sandalwood and some peppermint oils. Those are our oils that we're going to use. Then we have some cloves. You can use whole cloves. These are ground. Allspice. Thyme. Here we have frankincense. Five-finger grass. Angelica root. Cinnamon. Next we have rosemary and bay leaves. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to take our mortar and pestle and get it out of the way. I'm going to start off with the oils first because they tend to be the easiest to deal with. This is all sticky. Hold on a second. Let me get something. Okay. And this doesn't have a dropper, so that's about 20 drops or so in there. Crown of Success. I put a lot of stuff in my Crown of Success oil because of the nature of the oil. And then we've got peppermint, and there is a lot of ingredients. That's why I like to put this in first, is so then I can see where I'm at. And come on. This is going really slow. Come on. And 10. So I put 10. Peppermint tends to be very strong and overpowering, and it'll pretty much kill everything if you put a lot of peppermint in it, and it'll just smell like a candy cane, which is fine if you like candy cane. All right, we're going to put in some cedar wood. And this doesn't want to come out either. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And dragon's blood. It's a 20 for dragon's blood. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then, last but not least, orange. Now, if you don't have orange, you can use other citrus. Like you can use, like a tangerine has very similar to the orange vibe. And you could probably get away with lemon. I wouldn't go so far as to use grapefruit or lime, though. They're a little bit too far off on what you want to use it for. But I think you could definitely use like tangerine or lemon if you don't have orange. Just don't use 10 drops. I would go in with 3, 4, something like that, depending on if you're an even or an odd person. Okay, that's our oils. So I'm just putting them back here because I tend to have way more room on this side than on this side over here. So now that I have that, I'm going to put the top on it just for a wee second. And I'm going to give this a little swirly swirl. Now you can do this after each ingredient or after each one. This oil, it sits on my windowsill because I've been planning on doing this, and that's why I have the crystals already charged, is because I've been waiting to do this until after a full moon so that I can get a full moon charge on my crystals. So now that I've given that a little swirl, kind of smells a little bit off. Probably because I have the dragon blood essential oil in this, and I don't usually do that. That's probably it. We'll see what it is. You can always add more or to this. It's like, oh, I don't like that. I think it should have 25. Put 25 in. It's up to you. Like, I'm just using that. This is how I do it, and it's a guide for you. If you think it should have more, put more. If you think it should have less, put in less. It's how you feel and how it feels to you. It's the vibration you're getting off of this that counts. Okay? So I'm just going to charge this a little bit. I'll be right back. Now that I've charged that up a little bit. I'm going to put that aside, and we're going to do some grinding. Let's get the hardest stuff first, which tends to be the resins. So I'm going to get a nice chunk of resin here. It's a fairly big bottle, so I'm going to go with maybe another one. I'll get 2 pieces for this oil. There, that looks good. And maybe we'll go with 3, because 3 is my magic number, and I'll just put a little tiny piece in. There we go. So I'm going to turn it down. Okay, so when you're grinding it up, we're going clockwise, because you want to bring success into you. And you can charge it however you want. You can chant, you can visualize, even if you just sit there and think about it. If you just sit there and I wish my business was, booming and successful. I wish I had more people coming to my site online. I wish I had more people coming to my store. I wish they would lift the restrictions to COVID so that people could actually come to my store. There's a lot of different things that you could be hoping for to increase your business. And this is what you want to think about. Everything that will make it better, not the problems you have. Do not dwell on the problems you have. We know COVID is very restricting in things. Don't talk about the restrictions that you have to deal with. Oh, I'm only allowed 4 people. I wish I could have 10. Just put in that you want the restrictions lifted so more people can come to your store. Okay, don't dwell on the negative. You dwell on the negative, you're putting negative energy into your oil. And then when you're going to use it, you're defeating the purpose of the spell that you're going to be doing to increase your business. Okay? So, we've got that in. What's our... Okay, so we've used the frankincense. We've got, no, that's 500 angelica root. There we go. This is a little bit woody. And I got lots of this because, oh my goodness, I just got this last week. So 1, 2, 3 big pinches of it. Usually I try and get the powdery stuff, but as you can see, I'm pretty full, and I'm not going to go digging. So I'm going to pound a bit again. I'll get the spoon out here. The angelica root, because it's kind of woody, it kind of sticks to the bottom. That's why I didn't put it in first and I put in the resin first, because the powder kind of helps it not to stick. But okay. It's kind of like stirring your sauce so it doesn't stick to the bottom of your pot. Okay, now we're going to put in some 5-finger grass. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to put the cinnamon in. This is ground already, so I don't really need to grind it. Okay, where's my spoon? Put in a nice spoon. Okay. Now, I would let this definitely charge for a while before you use it. There's so many different ingredients. You want them all to come out and actually blend. So they need to sit a while and charge and stew and let it infuse throughout the oil. It'd be good if you could get to it every day and shake it for at least a week, just to move things around so that it can breathe and it can even things out throughout the oil, like so that it's a nice evenly charged oil, because it's going to take a bit. It is a very big bottle. It's bigger than, well, okay, so it's a big bottle. A lot of people are having problems, and I'm getting a lot of requests for this type of spell. Like, there's been a lot of breakups. We've got people with new babies in the family. We've got people who've lost people from not just COVID, from other things, just simple life. People, everything isn't about that crap. You know, we do have other things that happen in life that doesn't have to do with the pandemic. And you know, those things in life people need help with, and especially now spirits are down, and you wanna do something to lift that energy back up. We need to bring in more positive energy instead of dwelling on all the negative stuff that's been happening for a long time now. So you want to do everything you can just to try and bring in some positive energy into everybody's life. And I think this definitely can't hurt. Okay, so now we're going to put in some cloves. There we go. 3 pinches of cloves. Three pinches of allspice. 3 of thyme. Now, I'm going to put in 3 nice hunks of bay leaf. 1, 2, 3. And oh, good. Come on. They open fine once, and then you go to open them next time, and it ends up all over the floor. Okay. 2 and 3. Okay. Okay, so now bay leaves are really hard to grind up. So I'm just kind of crushing them a little bit with my fingers because they are dry. And try and keep it in your pestle. There we go. And now you grind this side. Now, because there's a lot of ingredients in here, I'm going to leave you now. I'm going to grind and chant for a few minutes until I get this ground down to more of a powdery state. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, that looks good to me. Now we're going to see how much of this we can actually get in here without dumping it all on the table first. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in there, and it just kind of sunk. So I'm just going to shake it up a bit. There, see what difference it is already? Just in that one little shake. It will separate once you leave it out, but I would suggest you put it out there, let it steep for at least a week on a waxing moon, okay, up to a new moon or a full moon. Full moon would be the best for this, and if you can wait to use it until after it's been charged under a full moon, I think it would be better. If you got to start now, start now. Put it out there every night, and eventually it'll get a full moon, right? The more you do it, the better you get at it. And that's what witchcraft is all about. So, here I can smell hints of cinnamon. I got that little orange citrus. You get that citrusy, kind of a juicy smell. Like when I smell citrus fruits, I think of juiciness, plump and juicy. That's what I envision in my head, is something that is abundantly juicy. And so that's what I want my business to be, or that's what I want my life to be. I want it to be abundant and juicy and filled with different things, which is why there's so many ingredients in here. Therefore, a lot of different things. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just put a lid on it. Don't forget to charge it. And that'll be all for today on The Witch's Inn.
Check out the link below for the correspondences and magical properties of the items used in this video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss any witchy content our three sisters have brewing for you here on The Witch's Inn.